Hello! Perfidious Pete here, like a young man stopping in for a quickie in XCOM, War of the Chosen. 30 KGB impression aside, I did stop in for a quickie last episode, and I'm honestly thinking maybe I've transcended into like AGDQ territory here for XCOM. We were in and out fast last episode, like, I don't know, like a buck rabbit with an early meeting, just couldn't wait to hit it and quit it. And just like that douchebag bunny, you know, I didn't even bother with like a follow-up text the next morning to remind Advent that they should probably lose my number. Just selfish lover, that's what I am. You know, actually, while we're on the subject of rabbits and sex, I've always wondered, do you think Bugs is called Elmer, like the morning after? Well, we've got an ambush here. Alright, so we're gonna be in and out. It's another quickie. But back to the Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd thing. They had a fairly acrimonious relationship. It was... Do you mind here? I'm talking about Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd and their deep and abiding love. Sure, they had kind of a roller coaster of tumultuousness working, a will they, won't they, kind of you chase me, I chase you, one of us gets blasted with a shotgun kind of thing going on. But at the end of the day, when the was all said and done and the games were finally put aside and Elmer and Bugs got down to business, and you know they got down. Why do you think Bugs consistently had a get-up where he would dress like a girl bunny? Homeboy had a dress and a tube of lipstick handy pretty much at all times, and there was a reason for that. But I don't think afterwards that Bugs was the sort to stick around and nibble the morning carrot, if you know what I'm saying. I think he definitely... I don't know, he always seemed to me very much more pick up my crumpled wig and empty tube of lipstick and sneak off to Albuquerque before Elmer wakes up kind of buddy. Just, you know, kind of a goddamn heartbreaker. That's what he was. Poor Elmer. That's why maybe Elmer was always chasing him. It was like, you know, I'm always in pursuit of what I can never have. The only thing I want is Bugs to love me, and he just won't. It's, every single one of those cartoons is just, it's a paean to unrequited love. That's what it is. Oh, sure. Parkour here where it doesn't matter. That's fine. We're gonna go on Overwatch. Not that it matters. I'm just waiting for the inevitable pot of reinforcements. Yeah, there they are. Do we have anybody who has retribution here?
Your team is compromised. We're picking up Advent response forces.
We do not. So let's put everybody in cover, give ourselves the best possible Overwatch shot. We'll take the turn, kill the pod so we don't have to worry about them chasing us down. We don't want to be the Bugs to... I mean, that's really what we're looking for here. We don't want to be the Bugs to their Elmer. We don't want to leave them unrequited and break their little hearts. You broke my little heart. And then, you know, have them chase us with a shotgun in retribution. No, instead, we want to be loyal. We want to be more like a Daffy Duck. Because now, Daffy, there was the kind of cartoon who'd love you right. Plus, with Daffy Duck, you know he would be crazy in the sack, man. Alright, it took all three of us shooting, but we did get him. Daffy Duck, though. He's got to be just insane in the boudoir, man. He'd be all hopping around doing that crazy Daffy Duck thing where he's like, woohoo, woohoo, just like jumping around. Oh, yeah. Gotta get me some of that duck, man. Well, get flank shot, Elite Trooper. Hopefully we won't have to shoot you with literally every single one of our soldiers. Maybe we can just have two people who will be able to finish your job. Ability points from a flank shot, and you should be probably hit here, 81%. There we go. And then we can just continue on about our way. Part of the ambush is over. We don't really have to worry about a Chosen showing up on this. If there was going to be Chosen, they'd already be here. Now we just gotta conservatively sneak our way to the exit point, and if need be the case, we can always just go straight up full-on Daffy Duck panic mode and just beat it, just scram. Use our grappling hooks, use our wrath, anything we can do to get a little extra momentum, a little extra movement. We take advantage of it and get gone. We go full Ophelia on our way to the nunnery there and just get thee gone. Also, what's always struck me as especially cruel that Hamlet's like, get thee to a nunnery, Ophelia, and that was after he porked her. I mean, they're not gonna let her in. She's a ruined woman in the parlance of the times, Hamlet. And you knew that. You know, Hamlet and Ophelia never have sex in a play. Don't they? Don't they? I kind of feel like it never happens explicitly, like on camera, but I sort of feel like that sexual encounter is implied. Like, Ophelia doesn't go drown herself over some handsome young prince who sort of flirted with her a little and then never sealed the deal. That's not the kind of thing you drown yourself over. She'd have gotten over that. But having Hamlet, you know, giving him the good stuff and then having him say, get thee to a nunnery after he knew she was, you know, despoiled, that's the kind of thing that makes a girl drown herself in a river. Or a boy. I'm not gender stereotyping Ophelia. Hamlet had broken my heart like that, I'd probably drown myself too. Got a codex on the scene? Are you by yourself? Okay, you're by yourself. Well, there's some lost over there, but we're not too terribly worried about those guys. So, can we just, like, flank shot you? Well, it's gonna make you split. That's a problem. Or is it? Well, it depends on where you wind up, I suppose. We could justice you over. What's our hit percentage like here? And that would mean that at least one... You know what? If we justice you over, we're gonna get two health codexes. I'm actually okay with that. Get over here. Get justiced. Gonna have a more split personality than Sybil. They don't call them that anymore, Pete. They call it dissociative personality disorder. Don't stigmatize a mental illness. Alright, you're right to judge me. But still, you know, Sybil had more than a couple. Can we get a flanker here? What about here? Yes, also. Let's finish off this codex. 2 health left. You know, if we had just had you hit her with a whiplash, it probably would have killed her. But all things considered, dead is dead, so what difference does it make? Let's bring you up behind this pile of garbage, put you on Overwatch, and if the Lost come a-running, we'll have at least one chance to take some of them down. Love to see them go punch that Advent Trooper over there. Nah, they're just gonna ignore him. They've also become a Gestalt being somehow. 4 have become 1. It's like the suns in the Dark Crystal. When single signs the triple sun, what was sundered and undone shall be whole. The 2 made 1. By Gofling hand or else by none. I always thought that was a pretty heavy responsibility to put on the Gelflings, by the way. How come they have to do it? Nope, if the Goflings won't do it, it just won't be done. Society and all of the entire planet is doomed forever because you Gelflings are lazy bitches. That just seems, a lot of responsibility for one. I was gonna say one man, but not even necessarily a fully grown man. I mean, Jen was, at best, I would say, like a teen. And not a particularly responsible teen at that. Speaking of irresponsible, we're doing great work here. Well, Caparzo, we could have you grapple, but I kind of want to save our grapples for you can see 3 lost suddenly. We'll kill this one. Are any of these guys dashers? We really don't care as long... None of them are dashers. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, we really don't care as long as none of them are dashers. It doesn't matter. It'd be nice to go double hits here just so we could get the chance to reload. Nope. That's alright. They can't touch us. They can't swing at us. They're not lost dashers. Even though that man is wearing the I'm a lost dasher shirt, he's not actually a dasher. See? Didn't swing at us. If he was a lost dasher, took a shot. Instead, he getting shot. Sean Vetter softening him up. We are trying to feed kills to a man apart here. We want him to get caught up with the rest of the group so he doesn't have to be a man apart anymore. We want him to be a man of part. I don't know. We want him to be like a man together, really. Everybody needs to reload. There is, we know for a fact, an Advent Trooper up there, so we're going to be a little careful about spawning him. Let's just have everybody reload, and we'll pick him up next turn once we've got full Eclipse. If he'd want to wander this way, that would also be helpful. Alright. Vetter, get up here.
Yes, Commander.
Say hi to Eddie for me, by the way. No pod activation, eh? See if Varric can do it. We'll get him, boiler room. Oh. Well, I'm not gonna go again. I mean, I'll go deep with Caparzo. You always go deep on Caparzo. He's like Daffy. He's the Daffy Duck of Saving Private Ryan. You gonna wander into my Overwatch and save me the trouble? Well, that was polite of you. Thank you, sir. I don't know how we saw you to take that shot, because it looks like I shot through a crate, some cargo containers, and also possibly a brick wall. We left that man with 6 health, and that car is going to explode, so we need to exercise a little bit of caution here. Also, why did that create a swarm of the lost? Well, if the swarm's already coming, no reason to not just do this then. Let's guarantee it. The swarm's on its way. Why I'm just... You didn't kill him, though? A plasma grenade at point blank range somehow did, like, 2 damage? I guess it did do 4. Our grenades are just not very good. That may be too close to that vehicle. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's too close to that vehicle. There's nothing I can grapple to from here. Fan-freaking-tastic. Can you see him from this tile? Alright, boiler room, you gotta slow play this one a little bit here. 84% is not very good. It's good enough for the kill, and then we're gonna sidestep here. I got a little too close to the burning vehicle. I want to make sure I don't get exploded. It's gonna go up. Which, by the way, this busted-ass derelict of a car still had enough gasoline to cause a giant Michael Bay-style explosion, huh? In this neighborhood, especially, that's my other beef with this. You think somebody would have siphoned it, right? In this neighborhood, nobody siphoned that gas? You expect me to believe that? I mean, this is a rough part of town. Somebody would have siphoned that gas. So I want to get closer to make all of my shots really count. If we could wrath our way in there, I would love to. You know what, Caparzo? You got a full clip. Wrath yourself to this lost. Do some damage, and then we should be able to kill the whole rest of the pod, or at least most of the rest of it. Never mind, you one-shot killed him. That was beautiful. Well, no, don't shoot that, though. Alright, we're going to be racking up some kills. Caparzo's going to be out here proving why he's the golden child.
My weapon is almost depleted.
Look at him work. Look at him work. We actually probably could have had him throw a whiplash and kill that dude too, but I don't really see any particularly compelling reason to use the cooldown ability when we don't need it at the moment. Might need it later, should save it for later. It's like a now and later. The candy that you never actually ate later. You just ate it now. Never understood why they were called now and later. It's because they were like individually wrapped? Is that what it was supposed to be? They came like 3 in a package. Whoever got a package of now and laters and ate like one of them was like, you know what? That's good. I've had an adequate supply of candy. This like 2 grams of candy, that's all I wanted. I'm gonna save the rest of this for later. Well, the Codex is unfortunate, but if she comes this way, we might be able to hit her with a Justice, maybe, if we do some grapple antics here. Let's make it grapple-tastic. And this is why we saved our bonus actions here. So if we grapple-tastic you, we're going to have to move. And then I think we can't Justice you, we can only Wrath. Alright then. So I think we Whiplash your ass. We need the freebie. It may not hit anyway. Did hit. Alright, so that's 1. Where are you going to teleport to? Nowhere convenient. Can we Wrath you? Yes. Get Wrath then. Can't miss with this Wrath. This also has the added benefit of putting us closer to the exit too. You're shanked. And we... Oh, well. Hell yeah. You're just dead then. Or you would be if we hadn't missed. That's okay. Vetter, you can still do this.
Repositioning.
Get to the roof. He's done it. Get the best possible angle you can get on this gal, which is admittedly not a very good angle. Well, let's take the height advantage then. We'll come to here. Take the shot. It's good enough for government work. What? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, there was no explosion that should not have created a horde. That was just a, you know, randomly happening horde. Let's just go ahead and go. I don't want to spend a bunch of time racking up kills on the Lost. Let's just beat it here. Billie Jean is not our lover, and yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Go on Overwatch. Can you Overwatch from the plane? If I put you on Overwatch and then you grapple out of here, will you shoot out of the Avenger? Or the Sky Ranger? Whatever it's called? You guys are so far away, you're never going to get to me. You know what? I'll take it. He hit him. The man can't get enough kills. It's a combat veteran, Sean Vetter. He's trying to get out of his brother's shadow. He'll be like, you know, Eddie gets all the accolades. Everybody's like, oh, Eddie's so handsome. Oh, Eddie's so dreamy. Oh, Black is such a great song. Oh, Jeremy spoke in class today. Blah, blah, blah. What about Sean? Huh? What about me? What about my needs? Do you know how tough it was in high school growing up being a younger brother of Eddie Vedder? Everybody was always like, Sean, how come you don't sing? Sean, how come you don't play guitar? Is it wrong that I just wanted to write?
What type of exposure led to the creation of these lost civilians?
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pick up Wrath here. Tactical rigging, yes, definitively that is worth action points. We will categorically take tactical rigging. It's the one useful ability that skirmishers seem to get. Like tactical rigging and, honestly, total combat. They have two good abilities to go with justice. Wrath's pretty good, too. Okay, so they have 4 good abilities, and they get them all early, but they're on really long cooldowns. One of them is a bonus ability, which tactical rigging is nice, but it ain't Bladestorm. Picked up 2 Codex Brains out of that as well. Team's coming back. Caparzo got a promotion. That's nice. We located the stronghold. Yeah, Marsha. We got a new faction order, Volunteer Army, which does what? I don't remember what Volunteer Army is. Is that the one where we... Okay, free resistance soldier. The resistance guys are surprisingly competent. I don't necessarily hate that. Improved beam weapons is an absolute must, though. It's 4 days. I would love to go do something that had a promotion instead, but for improved beam weapons, is there nothing here that has... Okay, so we can recruit a Reaper, not for the Reaper, but for a promotion. Increase income. We have 1 promotion. That's it. 1 fucking promotion. We have 1 promotion. Improved assault rifles is interesting, but I don't know if that applies to bullpups. You know what? At 5 days, we may do that one just to try it out. But what we're definitely going to do is improved beam weapons, because, yeah. So, somebody's going to get +1 mobility. Let's have that be... Well, Varric and Vetter got a little bond working here. Maybe we bond these 2 up first? And just send them right back out? Caparzo, first off, get your promotion. Got a freebie here. What do you take? Okay, I mean, sure, take Reckoning just because Waylay is not good and Saturation Fire is not good and 25 points. Also, you know what? Take Zeroed In. You have enough AP Zeroed In. I feel like that's maybe the ability I've been overlooking the entire campaign that I probably shouldn't have been overlooking because I think it's way better than I've been giving it credit for.
Commander. Each of our soldiers has
I'm trying to bond him right now.
If they complete combat missions together,
Varric and Vetter. The double V's! They're the double U, in fact.
a lasting bond.
They have a lasting bond. They bonded over the fact that they were both overshadowed by their domineering older brothers. Wildly more successful than they were. Notorious, in fact, in the case of Edward. Let's get these guys a mission then. So, we're going to do breakthrough research. And, you know what? I think it's time that, Sean Vetter, you know what? Yeah, this is your time, Sean. We're going to give this one to you. Take Zashenko on the mission here. And we will pitch... we'll pitch your boy Chris Varric into the mix here. There are literally no risks on this, but you guys can improve our beam weapons. That in and of itself is decidedly useful.
My kind will do whatever is needed.
Yeah, it's really generous of you, Betos. Datapad decryption is paused. Are we working on a Shadow Chamber project, Colonel?
Commander, I've recently been made aware that we have at least one member of the science team who is currently awaiting an assignment.
We do?
We should have our science staff assigned to facilities to maintain an efficient operation.
Oh, I guess we... Okay, well, whatever here, Rodriguez. We must have done an upgrade that I didn't notice. Alright, 11% additional research time. Not that that's... really matter at all. Our research time's already quite low. And we don't really have anything to research. That's the other thing. We've also sort of been already deliberately wasting our own time. Let's come down here and start making contact so we can see about getting this gate open. How many missions are we going to have to do to get all these skirmishers up to where we can have a decent squad of maximum rank troopers to go for the final mission? Dragonfire rounds. Okay, I mean, that's not what we wanted. What we definitely wanted are AP rounds, but Dragonfire rounds they're better than nothing. Anything we can get that will upgrade our damage, we really want. There's our improved beam weapons. You know what? That goddamn piece of shit. Like, my landline has been ringing off the hook lately. It's election season, and there have been people... Like, the only people that ever call this phone are robocalls. And it's why it's always like, oh, it's out of area call, or it's from unknown wireless caller. I'm just gonna unplug that goddamn thing. It's pissing me off. The only people that ever call it are like robot calls. Everybody else just calls my cell phone, because, you know, it's 2018. Let's see if assault rifles applies to the bullpup. I don't necessarily think it does, but it might. And also, let's have Varric take the mobility boost here. Again, we'll give you your science. Zashenko did fine last time. Let's double up on that. Vetter, Varric, Zashenko. They're a triple act now.
Understood, Commander. My followers will appreciate the support of your soldiers.
And if we can get that one completed without being forced to go on another mission, we may just wrap up the episode. After, you know, a visit from old Skip Bradford here. It's been a while since the little peanut butter boy has come onto the scene. What's up, Skippy? I gotta ask, Skippy, are you smooth or are you chunky? You know, he's pretty svelte. I would say he's definitely smooth as opposed to chunky. Bradford's probably the chunkier of the peanut butter. Yeah, we could do that, Bradford, or alternatively, we could just have opened a safety valve to a high-level facility. And we could move on, which, speaking of, we're going to want to go do. Let's go start building. Well, we need a radio beacon in North America anyway, so let's go install that radio relay. And then we'll have open a nice, juicy level 3 facility. Our next mission is probably going to feature either a Chosen or, more likely, it's going to feature the return of the Viper King, the return of Jim Morrison.
Central, Commander, excellent. My analysis of the fragmented codex data is almost complete. The information I've uncovered so far outweighs the loss of the Shadow Chamber, as you'll see.
Yeah, you know, I'll be the judge of that, Dr. Tigan, because we had the whole discussion about setting up a virtual machine to run your experiments on, but you guys never listened. Ever.
The elders appear to be afflicted with an aggressive form of tissue degeneration. rapid muscular atrophy to a degree I had not even thought possible.
You know, maybe they just switched to a macrobiotic diet and started doing a lot of yoga, Dr. Tigan. Maybe it's not atrophy so much as it is just them choosing a healthier lifestyle. Have you ever considered that? Maybe they've just been eating a lot of brown rice and broccoli.
For a cure to their condition for centuries. Each time they encountered a new species, they procured what genetic information and material they required.
Well, how come Archons are way less threatening than floaters then, and how come Cyberdiscs just don't exist anymore?
They found something in us. Something important enough.
They were some of the most threatening enemies in Enemy Unknown, and they're just omitted for clarity. Maybe Cyberdiscs became gatekeepers, I guess? That's the closest thing to a Cyberdisc, I guess, would be the gatekeeper. They just don't feel very similar.
Were I to gain access to a fully functioning codex, I might be able to recover them.
Or blow the entire ship to hell this time around.
See, Bradford and I are on the same page, which, you know what, actually fills me with shame. Being on the same page as John Bradford is typically not where you want to be.
Provided your soldiers can get close enough to it in the field without destroying.
Also, why did you use that tone when you said soldiers? Provided your soldiers. I mean, they are skirmishers, and yes, skirmishers do kind of suck, but come on, dude, that's needlessly dismissive a little bit. So no shadow projects are available, which means we should automatically begin. Oh, there's our improved beam weapons. We should finish this datapad decryption, which is fine. And also, what else is fine? I actually think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're good. We made some progress here. Dr. Tigan has been very dismissive of skirmishers, which I myself have been very dismissive of. I have serious concerns about our final mission abilities on this one. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Like, we may be able to do it, but I think if we can pull it off, some people are definitely going to get killed in that process. We're not going to be able to do it lossless. It may be some heroic Vin Diesel style sacrifice that needs to be done. But if that's what needs to be done, Vin Diesel is prepared to do it. I'm also prepared to fully check out on this one. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see Vin Diesel's mighty heroic sacrifice, you might consider subscribing as well. New episodes every single day. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to go see about my crippling big brother complex, which Eddie Vedder has given me, even though I don't have a big brother. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.